Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between MaNa and SortOf on Orbital Shipyard. Yes, this is a PvZ from one of the more popular players on my channel, MaNa, and a very good Zerg player, SortOf. In the bottom side of the map, we have the Red Protoss player representing Team Liquid. It is MaNa. And in the top side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player representing Team Property. It is SortOf. This is from the Dreamhack Open, sponsored by Zowie, that wrapped up about 3 weeks ago now. Again, some very good games from that. This is from lotv.spawningtool.com. You can find good replays at that site to figure out your own build orders and whatnot. So, here we are. PvZ on Orbital Shipyard. Again, two very good players in their own right. Early APM right now, over 400 for MaNa, over 200 300 now for SortOf. Crazy high APM. This early stage in the game just means they're clicking, they're warming their fingers up. Not much to do at this point, as you can tell. They're just kind of scouting around. They're throwing down early hatcheries for SortOf, and actually a Nexus first here for MaNa. So going Nexus first after Pylon. Okay, so Nexus second, but still before Gateway. That's pretty insane. And the drone's going to scout this out. SortOf sees what's going on. He's going to try to win a fight against this probe. The probe runs for it, says, I don't really want to deal with you right now. The drone says, fine. I will continue scouting and say, hey, wait a second, that's a very late assimilator, and I don't see a gateway anywhere. There's a second assimilator. He has to know there's a Nexus back here. Does SortOf just know at this point? I think he does, because he's throwing down another hatchery of his own, going 3 hatch before pool with the scout. That's what the scout lets you do, man. It lets you know what your opponent is doing. If you sniff out a Nexus first from your Protoss opponent, don't be afraid to go for that 3 hatch before pool play, man, because they can't do anything to you for a long time. Just now getting the gateway. A double gateway, actually, though, so maybe some early Zealot pressure that SortOf might not be quite ready for. He is getting his own spawning pool here, though. Slowlings against Zealots are just fine. They can catch up to them. And if there are numbers of them with some good surrounds and some good queen support, they can defend against those Zealots pretty darn well. I'm not sure if that's what MaNa is planning on doing. Or, oh no, this is actually the Nexus first into double Adept pump out with the Cybernetics core play. Alright. Haven't seen this for a while on the channel, but that is definitely what it is. Going to use the Chrono Boost from both of these Nexus on these gateways as soon as the Cybernetics core finishes to throw out Adepts, double pumping them using double Chrono Boost. And SortOf's going to have to handle this. I'm not sure if he's going to have Roaches out in time. Might just have to be, again, a surround of Lings with some Queen support. And there it is. Double Chrono Boost on the Adepts. Gonna head on out. And yes, Overlord scouts the perfect time. Sees exactly what's going on here. Says, alright, Adepts are on the way. I need speed to keep up with those guys. He's getting the speed now. He's getting some Lings out. Getting Queens at the same time. Is it going to be enough, though, is the question. The Adepts might be able to do quite a bit of damage. But the scout was so perfect for SortOf. He sees what's coming. There's another. Is it another pair of Adepts or just one here? Actually, no, a Stalker. So double Adept into Stalker. And that's it. Into Stargate, actually. So going for a Stargate back here is MaNa. Is the Overlord going to scout that one out too, is the question of the day. So here come the Adepts. There are 2 of them. Not really enough to do a ton of damage. Surprisingly, I'm not sure. This might actually try to force SortOf into overreacting, but a lot of Queens coming out. 3 more Queens on the way, in addition to the 2 that are already out. Sonic Transfer being used and canceled. Canceled there. Queens stabbing away here at the Adepts. Adepts don't kill them very fast, but Queens don't kill them fast either. And the Lings trying to catch up to them on the creep. Nope, there's the cancel. The Adepts decide to go back on home. MaNa says, you know what? Not a good position for me. I don't want to walk in there and get surrounded by Lings, so I'm just going to head on back home. And 3 bases up and running here for SortOf. It is 35 to 36 Harvesters, 37 now for MaNa. A 3rd Nexus on the way. The macro for MaNa is just insane. Just insane. Doing all that with 2 Adepts. And here comes SortOf. Going to try to punish this a little bit. I almost said going to try to punish this SortOf, but haha, that would have not been funny. The Lings getting speed just now, but I just don't know. These Adepts are in good positions. Look at them. Perfectly positioned. So they can't be surrounded by those Lings, and SortOf decides to back out for the time being. Oracle did pop out there. Where is that Oracle? There it is, sneaking on out. I'm not sure if SortOf saw it or not with that Overlord. Stalker trying to chase down this Overlord, get it on away from the base. And Lings just sort of hanging out. 5 workers on the way at the same time for SortOf. Macroing up like a boss, getting layers. forge and a robotics facility on the way here for MaNa. And what's this Oracle going to be able to do? Quite a bit, actually. I don't see any spore crawlers here at all. I don't think SortOf saw this come out. Oh, no. This is not looking at all for a Zerg player. So here comes the Oracle sweeping on in. Queen can stab away at it, but not before a bunch of workers die. Oh, caught by complete surprise. Workers are falling all over the place here. Some pretty good micro from SortOf, getting them on out. 6 kills on that Oracle is exactly what the Oracle wanted to get. It is now 52 to 51 harvesters, 52 to 52. SortOf popping out more workers here, but again, it slowed down the macro advantage that SortOf had been building. Exactly what he's trying to do, and throwing down a stasis ward here. Stasis ward is a fully cloaked little stasis ward structure here. Stasis trap. Anything that walks inside the circle is trapped in stasis for 21 seconds, cannot attack or be attacked. It can slow down the building of hatcheries, which is exactly what this intent is here today. So where's the drone? The drone's going to head on out, get caught inside that trap. Let's watch that in case you haven't seen it before. It's kind of a fun little animation. SortOf is going for Hydralisk Den, just now finishing, and Aspire. And there's the stasis. Blorp. Oh no, can't move for 21 seconds. It does slow down the creation of that hatch, and if that's all you do for 21 seconds, that's probably a fair trade for our Protoss player. Warp Prism swinging on up. Warp Prism versus Oracle can be a pretty potent combination. Getting an Immortal here with his army, and more Adepts, a Phoenix as well, and +1 ground weapons. A lot of Hydras and Lurkers on the way for SortOf, though. I like this combination from SortOf. Lurker Hydra against what MaNa's trying to do. Pretty darn potent as well. So just now throwing down the hatch. Another stasis ward here. I think SortOf might be more ready for it this time. He still might fall for it, though. Let's be honest, it's entirely possible. Lings finally taking down the rocks with the help of some queens. And now should establish the creep connecting this base to this base. Again, creep connections are always so important for Zerg, continuing this creep spread. We're 6 minutes into the game, and it's 3 base to 3 base. Creep is all the way across halfway the map here for SortOf. Legacy of the Void is so stinking fast, you guys. If you haven't played it, it is fast. I can tell you, I played a bunch of ladder on Sunday of last week, and man alive, so fast. I mean, as a Zerg player, I have a hard time keeping up with the macro. I float a bunch of minerals, trying to get better. I'm trying to get to the point where I can play well enough that I don't embarrass myself when I cast myself. So give me some time, guys. I'll try to make it happen. I can't guarantee it will be any time soon, though. Infestation Pit on the way for SortOf. +1, +2 on the way with that Carapace and the melee attack for SortOf. MaNa continuing to get Immortals, getting Zealot legs. The army here with Immortals looking pretty darn fancy indeed. +1 attack, some sentries mixed in there just for good measure, and a bunch of Zealots too. Alright. Creep spread continuing. Nobody has bothered the stasis ward yet. I'm not sure that SortOf wants to expand there quite yet. It is 4 base to 3. SortOf has kind of been left alone for the most part. That Oracle attack was fine. The Adept attack didn't do anything at all, and it's now 80 to 71 harvesters. SortOf definitely ahead. He's doing exactly what he wants, which is a million Hydras and a ton of Lurkers with Lings mixed in here too, getting a Hive upgrade. Hive tech, he has to feel so confident with his creep spread that he knows the Protoss player can't get anywhere near his bases without being detected. Lings just making sure this way is clear. Blah! Getting exploded. These two doing the same thing. They're going to sacrifice themselves for the swarm. Doing a quick check of that composition. I'm not sure if he saw that or not, but a lot of spore crawlers here. A lot of lurkers burrowing on in. No disruptors is a problem for MaNa. Disruptors are kind of the answer. There we go. Now making disruptors. Okay, so 2 disruptors on the way. Revelation on top of this army, but the Oracle gets killed. Nice snipe. Nice snipe by SortOf. Small Ling counterattack comes right on in. Takes down a cannon. Boop. Takes down a probe. Takes down some pylons. A warping of Zealots to try to deal with this. And they're going to be able to clean it up, but those pylons are going to die. Meanwhile, this base gets canceled. MaNa in the right place at the right time. Also a Zealot warping here. Getting surrounded by Lings, Spine Crawlers, and Hydras. Cleaning up fairly darn effectively. More Phoenix flying around. The Warp Prism here might try to warp in another sneaky attack. Lings getting chased off by Zealots. Trying to force a cancel on this base too. So much action all around the map right now. Marching across. This creep is MaNa. Just killing some creep tumors, then backing on out. A big Ling swell. Bringing on down. Look at all these Zealots warping in, though. A good answer for these Lings. Absolutely well played by MaNa. But the Zealots aren't a great answer against these Hydras and Lurkers, though. Oh, Mothership Core extending a little bit too far out. Boop. Ends up dead. Time Warp does go down on top of absolutely nothing there. And Warp Prism continuing possibly with some more shenanigans. Replacing this base is sort of doesn't really want to expand down here. Not sure if he subliminally knows that that's there or what, but a Spire on the way, Ultralisk Cavern, and a Nidus Network coming up for sort of. Is he trying to Nidus on in here? Maybe reinforcing of the front lines is the intent, but Ling, Hydra attack with a Changeling in here too. Double Photon Overcharge, trying to do what it can, but the pylons are falling too quickly to make too much of a difference. The Lings dancing around, and no, getting back to the safety of the creep, sort of in full retreat here. Overseer trying to dance across this open gap to survive, and it does end up happening. Observer chasing things around. Creep spread, look at all these creep tumors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creep tumors pushing the creep along this edge. 2 creep tumors pressing it along this edge here. Changeling checking out this attack of Zealots and Adept. Looking for something. They're killing creep tumors with the Observer here. Man, has that upgrade, doesn't it? That is a dead fast Observer. Yep, 3.94. Big attack here with Lings trying to take down these robotics facilities. There's not much defending it. Oh no, losing this would be a huge problem for MaNa, and both robotics facilities do end up dead. Even if all the Lings die, I don't know that it matters, but no, the Lings outnumbering the Zealots here. All completely gone. There's a single cannon defending the Lings. Want to go take out this base instead. They go down to take out those cannons. Double Photon Overcharge being used here at the same time, but yes, enough to force those Lings away. No, they come in anyway. They're trying to kill the pylons. I'm not sure if there are enough of them to actually make this happen, but getting rid of a probe there as well. And here comes attack from sort of into those spines. Not a great idea. The disruptors are needed for that. An attack of Zealots just creeping their way on up. Oh, but the Spore Crawler takes down the Observer, and there are Changelings here, but that is about it. Nothing to worry about. Another warping of Zealots are going to try to get the Ultralisk Cavern. They do get it. They get it. A bunch of Zealots die, but nicely done. Not before some Ultras pop out, however. There are 5 Ultras now on the ground, heading somewhere. Is MaNa going to continue to defend? Is he going to attack? I don't think he knows yet either. The Ultras do have +7 armor, +2 attack here too. Here comes the Ling Ultra Hydra army. Photon Overcharge, no match for this. Ultra is trying to crush through everything that they can. Disruptors trying to use their Purification Nova on the Hydras, and not doing much damage there at all. But the army's here. Archons to defend. Nidus Worm popping right on up, and I think I might just get focused down and killed. It does. Dies immediately. Another Zealot attack here, but Lurkers defending very well. Spine Crawler here, Spore Crawler here, trying to kill these Zealots. They're pretty low on energy. Muta trying to snap what it can. There's a Nidus Network popping up here too. The action fast and furious on this map, ladies and gentlemen. I really don't know who has it at this point. It is 4 base, 2, 5 base, 76 to 61 Harvester. I think sort of can be able to hold on here, but with some pretty good disruptor attacks that might make a difference. Warping in some Zealots to try to save this base, but Lings are popping out too fast. Too many Ultras here as well, and Archon trying to hold it. No, gets destroyed. Cannon trying to defend, gets destroyed. This entire base is forfeit. Another attack of Lings sneaking around down this way, trying to check for additional expansions. No, not one there, not one there either. I don't know if MaNa can hold on here. Another Nexus is going to fall. Wait, that's the first Nexus. First Nexus falls. Retreating back into the Nidus Network. Bam. That's it. A few Lings are left behind, but that's it. Sort of able to defend his army. Able to save his army and kill a Nexus at the same time. Still some gas left on these assimilators. Still some minerals here, and that is the mining that is gone for MaNa right now. APM at this point, over 300 for both. Resources lost, 9,400 minerals lost for MaNa. 1,100 gas, sort of having lost 6,000 minerals and 800 gas. Himself, 27 probes have died, and single digits lost for sort of. Playing this pretty darn masterfully, if I do say so myself. Another Nidus Network, another Nidus. Tempest on the way for MaNa. I don't know if it's too little too late though. Zealots ready to deny this one though. They are circling, they are dancing, they're saying, why don't you pop up here? No, bop. Dead. However, the Ultras pop on out. They're taking some stabs from the Archons. Another attack down here is rebuffed by MaNa, but the Ultras are darn near still alive. Zealots trying to kill these Ultras. Can they get it? Yes, the Archon with 2 kills and doesn't get the benefit for that kill, but more Ultras pop out. Another Ultra pops out of that Nidus Network. And does he get the Archon? No, the Archon lives. The Archon lives with 23 shield points there. Small group of Lings is cleaned up by MaNa's army. It's 200 to 168 total supply. Another one there. Where the heck? Nidus Network again. Back here. Lurkers burrowing in. No observers. This Twilight Council is in some trouble. I'm not sure if it's necessary anymore. I guess, unless MaNa wanted to go for Blink and Resonating Glaives, but not for a while. Unfortunately for MaNa, big old army of Broodlords now. Broodlords on the way, getting +2 flyer attack, getting +2 missile attack. Tempest count looking pretty nice, though. MaNa was ready for this, though. Totally ready. What are these Zealots doing? They walked over the Lurkers and just pretty much died. Not a good look for those guys. Another attack up here. Purification Nova killing the Ultras, bringing them very low on health anyway. Then the Lurkers burrow on in, say, please walk into this, MaNa. MaNa says, no thank you. No thank you. Lurkers, 6 kills, 2 kills on these guys. Looking good. Taking down a Forge, taking down an Assimilator. Another group here. Revelation being tossed down on this group. This might be the last days for MaNa. Broodlords, Ultralisks, Vipers, Lurkers here with some very, very good upgrades as well. And here we go. Tempests trying to snipe things down. Another attack of Lings crushing through here. MaNa down to 32 Harvesters. Not feeling good about this. The Revelation Broodlords slowly, inexorably heading down to the south and trying to land. No, actually the Broodlings heading back home. That was interesting. So Lings are killing everything here in this base. The army's trying to defend at the same time as defend this base. Kind of weird. Abducting in the Tempest, trying to snipe them down with the Corruptors, with some Hydras on the ground here. Can they get them? No. Tempest actually still alive. Another Abduct. Corruptors trying to take this one down too. And is it going to be enough here? Purification Nova killing stuff on the ground. Not much hitting anything at all. Tempest count slowly getting whittled down. Broodlords now right on top of this 4th base. Can they get it? Purification Nova on everything. Also, Photon Overcharge trying to kill stuff. All the pylons are gone. Archon's trying to morph in, but no, it does not look good at all for MaNa here. Broodlords raining down that fire. And, oh man, Caustic Spray being used on the Nexus for the 2nd Nexus kill of the game. That goes to the Corruptors. Forward, Nidus Worm being tossed down, chasing MaNa back home, throwing down Broodlings everywhere from this Broodling count, Tempest count. Oh, another yoink, another Abduct, and the Tempest falls, and that's it. A GG, good luck from MaNa. MaNa is defeated, SortOf is victorious, and MaNa has left the game. Strong, strong play from SortOf in that game. Wow. Look at the creep spread. Look at the number of bases that he had. Never lost a single hatchery, despite MaNa's harassment throughout the entire game. Never lost more than, what, 7? 7 workers died for him in that game. A lot of Lings, but again, that's kind of their position in life is to die. And really not much else. 11 Hydras, a Broodlord, 3 Mutas, 3 Lurkers, not double digits anywhere else, which is kind of crazy. And as ZVP just did very, very well babysitting his units. SortOf did the Ling counterattacks, the Ultra attacks, losing some Ultras here, but doing more damage than actually he ended up losing. The Broodlords, the Corruptors, the Lurkers, the Vipers, just a great, great endgame composition, and SortOf gets the win. MaNa did go for the Tempest early enough to make a difference, but he just kept getting abducted, kept getting thrown into this Corruptor ball, which is not a good feeling for anybody who is trying to use Tempests, and couldn't make it happen. So well played by SortOf, and well played by MaNa, but today the Zerg player gets the win. And that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.